Cum, just any cum.
Any all come.
All of the cum is good. They come.
Let's say come on three together, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Come.
Welcome to Cleveland, America. That is all. Enjoy the show.
Somebody was talking about it that anal's not really a kink anymore because it's so common.
Standard
Which makes
practice.
sense, yeah.
Standard practice.
Yeah, lots of boys
call it being
fucking
a grown up
now.
I call it
And
being
they,
a
the
grown up.
girls. What did you say?
I call it being a grown up.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I don't.
Fuck up. Okay.
It's it's like backyard wrestling where it's like it's like a fun thing to do. I don't really want to make a career out of it though.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be.
Doing it, not taking it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stop being a coward.
Yeah, you know,
Right,
I mean,
grow up.
it's fair. I think I've discussed it before. It's fair play. If a chick wanted to peg, if she wanted to give it like she was getting it, I think that's only diplomatic and fair.
So welcome to Cleveland, America. It's not a serious place
It's not.
until we start talking about anal.
The butthole city.
Butthole city.
You guys see the
all
movie
over the
John
world.
Cena?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't, but
Somebody does?
someone does.
Okay.
Probably keeps getting stolen, and they have to put a new one up.
There's one lone photo of myself atop all the other photos, and it was not taken at this bar. It was taken at an unnamed gentleman's club.
I like the film. Like the
It's like
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like an
Holographic. It's like a
iridescent
Pokemon.
holographic.
I thought that
stuff.
was your way of getting into our film discussion about Civil War and movies that we write.
You all saw Civil War?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Oh my god.
God
Do
damn.
we want to talk about it?
Let's talk about it,
Yes.
because it was so good.
So good. It was honestly different than I was expecting.
It
too.
was different than I was expecting. I thought it was going to have more discourse about the politics of the situation.
Yeah.
But it really didn't do any of that.
And
It
I loved that actually.
I did too, because I think it was like implied, like,
Ambiguous.
yeah, it's just showing war is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's not good. I thought it was good until I saw the film, and then I was like, you know what?
I was like, yeah,
The
that's how I
vision
felt.
is not great.
I was like, war is the best. It's how we pay for everything. And I'm like, I don't like it anymore.
I mean, it's the only reason we really have fucking these iPhones aren't $7,000. So there's, yeah.
Good. That was a good one.
Mr.
I
Right Side over there.
I liked it. It was like it had a vague Children of Men, Mad Max vibe to it without being. It just didn't go for the punch you thought it was gonna. The obvious punch
Right.
you went for, and it had a
Completely
more
not
personal.
preachy.
No, it was more of a personal movie. I
Yeah,
felt like.
Yeah.
and
A
I love
statement.
when a movie makes violence seem like violence and not just cartoonish, you know?
Yeah,
And like,
fun,
obviously, we
exaggerated.
talk about superhero movies a lot, and like, there's a ton of people that die in those movies, but you're just like, yeah, kill more people. But in this one, it's like, even when people you felt like were on the other side were getting killed, you're still like, I didn't like that. I didn't
Yeah.
like anybody getting, like, there wasn't one death other than the president's. Oop.
That was.
Wow.
Just
We
put,
could just bleep that
Yeah.
part. Yeah.
Put the cone in with the milk coming out of his mouth, thing over your face, and bleep it.
yeah.
I think that's the move.
That sounds like a good move. So yeah, if you haven't seen Civil War, check out Civil War in theaters now.
Shall we
It's
continue
really
this
cool.
spoiler-free discussion of the
Yeah.
film?
Right.
All right. But I think we have a lot to talk about with the Ride or Die movies, because I made a pretty good list.
What are we discussing?
Ride or Die bad movies.
I'm just okay. Yeah, bad movies that are terrible.
Yeah.
That we fucking
That we fuck with no matter
defend
what.
to the grave.
Yeah.
You want to take it away?
I mean, I think it's Tommy should lead off because she was her topic idea.
Honestly,
Okay.
this is so fucked up. It was my topic idea, and I just have one in my head right now.
Okay, well, that's the one. That's the one that gets.
It's fucking Grind, man. That movie is so bad. I can quote it front to back.
Who's it
The
directed by?
skateboarding, I don't know.
I don't know.
couldn't even.
I know that movie because that's the one where, like, one of the guys is like a clown school dropout or something,
Yes,
and he
yeah. Adam
disappointed
Brody's
his
in it.
parents.
Mike
yeah.
Vogel's in it. Adam Brody.
What year was this made?
Like 2003.
2003.
Yeah,
It's,
Okay.
It has an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah,
if
it's
that
a
tells you
bad
anything.
movie,
It's
but
so bad.
but I understand
Actually, let me
why
grab my
you like
phone
it.
so I can bring up my Rotten Tomatoes.
Director.
And while you're over there, why don't you grab a couple more shots?
Deal. All right.
We Tommy and I decided we're gonna get a little drunky.
We are. Okay, so I'm going to start talking about it. The director, I don't know his name, or who he is, Casey LaScala? Donnie Darko is the only other movie I know.
Did he direct that or did
It just says he's a producer and writer
Okay.
known for... Oh, wait, this is a...
Oh, Richard Duffy.
producer.
Yeah.
Richard Duffy directed Donnie Darko.
He directed that movie. He directed.
I'm yelling
I feel
again,
like that was his one and done because he don't got a lot of.
Yeah.
But man, that movie.
But Tom Green's in town and he's in that movie. And that's what made me think of it. And I'm like, damn, that movie's so bad, but I fucking love it.
A similar one that is in that like same genre. Oh God, what is it called? I think it's called Airborne, and it was a rollerblade movie.
Yes.
Where they were in Cincinnati.
Yes. Is that on my list?
I don't know. Is it on your list?
Not my list of favorite movies, my list of Ohio movies.
Oh, maybe.
It might be.
But what's so funny about... Have you ever seen that movie, Vance? Airborne?
No, but I know what you're talking about. Wow. Don't mind me over here cosplaying as a bartender.
You're doing a great job.
I'm actually kind of sick for someone that bartends once every 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm like looking up some of the worst movies.
Will Hollingsworth will definitely disagree with me, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. Will doesn't even watch this show. Prove us wrong, Will. Comment if you want.
Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever. That's a bad movie?
Can I interest anyone in any Southwestern egg rolls or maybe some chimichanga flingers?
Damn, I miss Southwestern egg rolls from Arby's.
All right. This one is very unprofessional, and I like it that
it's
way.
Okay, yeah.
Cheers.
You know when I'm the one holding this thing together, we're in for a real shit show.
Mm-hmm.
So
let me pull up your movie. Go on.
Let me. So Airborne it stars Seth Green. I think Sean Astin. Is that what it's called?
Sean William Scott, aka Stifler. I'm guessing.
No. Like the. I think it's Airborne. Yeah, this is like Shane McDermott, Seth Green, and it's a rollerblading movie where some California kid gets forced to, like, by his parents, he gets sent to Cincinnati, and everybody there likes to rollerblade too, but they play hockey. They don't do
just rollerblading.
Just rollerblade, and then they have a big rollerblade race at the end, and it's
so is it like Footloose for rollerblading?
Kind of. It's more like. It's like a toned down version of Pump Up the Volume.
I mean, I want to see it now.
It's a bad movie. I wouldn't even say it's like, this isn't on my list. It just, Tommy bringing up Grind made me think of this one, because this movie came out 10 years before it.
Yeah, I remember the film. I didn't see it. Why do I call it a film? It's a fucking rollerblading movie.
I would not call it a film.
As a rollerblader myself, I owe it to myself and the culture to see that movie.
Yeah, you do. You really do. All right.
Is it my turn?
It is.
Go for it.
My film that is so bad it's good, and the first thing that came to mind is a film called Baby Boy, directed by John Singleton, starring Tyrese Gibson. Came out in 2001.
That sounds
I've
familiar.
heard of that one. I've never seen it.
Tell
us all about it.
Tell us
okay, so apparently it doesn't. Maybe it's not that bad because it's 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
Hey, John Singleton is also very prolific, respected director.
Yeah, he did Boys in the Hood. Right?
Yeah, I just remembered one.
Yeah, no, he's done amazing movies. However, this one. Okay, here's who is in Baby Boy. So on paper, this movie should have been like a decade-defining, amazing film. And maybe people think it's awesome, but I'll go on to that. Ving Rhames is in Baby Boy. Snoop Dogg is in Baby Boy. Taraji P. Henson is in Baby Boy. Who else? Omar Gooding, brother of Cuba.
Incredible cast.
Incredible cast. It cemented Tyrese Gibson in my heart as one of my favorite Americans. Forget about actors, just Americans.
Yeah.
So the film, I'll go through the synopsis real quick. The story of Jody, played by Tyrese, a misguided 20-year-old African-American who is really just a baby boy, finally forced kicking and screaming to face the commitments of real life. Streetwise and jobless, he has not only fathered 2 children by 2 different women, Yvette and Peanut, but still lives with his own mother. He can't seem to strike a balance or find direction in his chaotic life.
Just a baby boy.
It is a Training Day level of rewatchable film, where whenever it was on cable, I didn't change the channel. I've probably seen Baby Boy 39 times.
Now, does it have a hook or a line that you repeat to yourself? Because that's what makes a movie where I have these phrases from some of these movies that I'm gonna bring up that I just say all the time, and nobody knows what I'm talking about, but I fucking love them.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. At no point does it
Yeah.
have any of these things, Bill. And it's like, it feels like a movie where it's just a half step away from being locked in. Just every scene feels like, what was supposed to happen here? You know, but like, it's just, there's iconic scenes in the movie, particularly involving Tyrese and Ving Rhames, where like, it's not a shit movie. It just feels like everything is slightly off in it in a way that's hysterical. And then Snoop Dogg's in it.
Which
Like-
is never a good thing for like to be a good movie, because like Snoop Dogg's not a good he always plays Snoop Dogg.
He's not a bad actor. He's just Snoop Dogg.
He's just Snoop Dogg. He's not. Well, I mean that makes him kind of he's just Snoop Dogg. He's fun to have in a movie, and there's certainly movies where a character that is Snoop Dogg makes sense. Like him as Huggy Bear. It's one of the best casting of all time in the remake of
Starsky and Hutch.
Starsky and Hutch, yeah.
No, but that's the thing, is once you sign on Snoop Dogg to be in your film, Snoop Dogg becomes the center of attention of anything.
He had a scary movie called Bones.
Yeah, I remember it.
I don't know if I watched it, but yes.
I think I just fell asleep because I was like, it was just bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Snoop Dogg does personify the modern American dream in that I don't know if he's made a new song in 20 years, yet he's made tens of millions of dollars just to show up and be Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Like, that's the dream.
I'm going to say something probably not great to say, but when black people make horror movies, they can't do anything scarier than just how they're treated by white people.
Honestly, though.
Like, Get Out, Us, and all this stuff is like way scarier than
That's really not a controversial thing.
No, that's not.
But when they're trying to make things like a genre film like Bones was, where he was
I mean, Queen of the Damned wasn't necessarily viewed as like a black film.
Right.
No.
But and then they have like Tales from the Hood and stuff like that, like where they did some very genre specific black horror, and they're not bad movies. They're just kind of like regular ass horror movies. But then you get a movie like Get Out, and you're like, oh, this is so much scarier.
Right.
Just being.
It really spoke to me.
Yeah, existing.
It spoke to me as a black man. It really explained the horrors of everyday life being black.
All right, here's my first one on the list, and I have, like I said, I have 5 different movies.
Oh, you did so good.
And the one that's going to top my list is a movie called Boiler Room.
Oh, wow.
I know that name too. What is it about?
I love it. It's basically Wolf of Wall Street if it was made in the year 2000.
Can I jump on?
okay.
Can I jump on that real quick?
Yeah.
It's Glengarry Glen Ross dipped in Mountain Dew is what Boiler Room is.
So Boiler Room stars Giovanni Ribisi. He is
Scientologist.
Sorry. He's a Scientologist.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
And he's basically running a casino, and then his friend gets him into being a stockbroker, but it's like a shill stockbroking company that's very similar to the one that is portrayed in Wolf of Wall Street. And it's all these young 20-somethings that have all this money, but they spend it all immediately. Ben Affleck's in it, but he's like, they advertise it as like a Ben Affleck movie when he like year 2000. So it's like, oh, Ben Affleck, he's the biggest star right now.
Ben Affleck is literally Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, and he's in it for like 7 minutes total. The guy from American Werewolf in Paris, and what's that guy's name? Because he was a big star, and he's not in it very much either.
Thomas Howell.
Yes, I think.
I don't know how I got that wrong. I don't know. Yeah, that movie. That movie.
No, not C. Thomas Howell. Oh yeah, it is C. Thomas Howell. Good
How
job.
the fuck did I get that?
That's amazing.
Jesus Christ.
And then you also have like Jamie Kennedy in it for a little bit. The cast is crazy. A young Vin Diesel before Fast and Furious.
Oh yeah, dude.
And that's one of my favorite lines is when they're getting busted, Giovanni Ribisi goes to Vin Diesel because they're like, that's like his tightest guy in the firm, and he goes, "You're gonna get arrested." He's like, "For what?" He's like, "For your involvement in this firm." And then Vin Diesel gives the best line read of like confused and angry. He's like, my involvement in the firm, and it's just so fucking good. And then another line that I always say from that movie, so I'll say that to myself all the time, my involvement in the firm. And then another one is when Giovanni Ribisi's running a casino. It's 24 hours.
It's like
so
a basement speakeasy.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty badass. And like he got his own chips made and everything. This movie rules.
It's not a bad movie, to be honest.
He takes but it got kind of panned by critics and shit like that. But it's also kind of a forgotten movie. It definitely wasn't. It wasn't like a huge hit movie. Yeah. No. So when he goes, he picks up the phone because someone's calling to come to the casino. He goes, 24/7, you know that. And like I always say, like, are you open for business? Like 24/7, baby, you know that. And, like I say that all the time. And my buddy Dave Arena, who used to do comedy with me, and now he's like a stockbroker guy and forex trader. That would be like our line. He'd be like, hey, you want to go get wings? I'm like 24/7, baby, you know that.
You want to know? The only line I remember from that movie is there's like a dude who was in a bunch of. He was kind of like a character actor, 90s, 2000s guy, kind of Italian. So he was like a trader in the firm.
Yeah.
Real, like the dickhead guy.
Moshe, yeah.
Like, he's like, when Ribisi first shows up and he like scolds Ribisi. So he shows up, goes up to this receptionist, obviously like a hot chick in her 20s. And he goes,
another great actor, Nia Long. Who was in
the receptionist?
Yeah, she's Nia Long. She was in like The Fresh Prince, and
Nia Long's been in everything. I was thinking of the dude. I can't think of his name.
Oh, his name is Nicky Cat. He plays Greg.
Great name.
And like, there's a lot of like Jew and Italian humor in it and stuff like that.
He walks up to the receptionist. He goes, "I want to talk real quick about like something last night." And she goes, "I told you, I'm not. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to see you." And then he just goes, I disagree. It was something where she basically was breaking up with him, and he just goes, "I disagree." Like it just kind of painted the picture of like just what dickheads, and what just monsters they all were.
Yeah, I mean the cast is crazy. Khan's in it.
Oh yeah, son of Jimmy Khan.
Yeah. Thomas Everett Scott was in it.
If you were like,
that's who I was thinking is Tom Everett Scott. That's who I was thinking of. Because him and C.
Thomas,
C. Howell, what's his name?
C. Thomas Howell.
They're very similar. Yeah, but they're like
Everett Scott was in the That Thing You Do. Wasn't
yes.
The Oneaters.
Yeah, so that movie, Tommy, you should watch that movie because it's on like that level of like Wolf of Wall Street, and like it's just so much fun.
I'll add it to my list.
And it's very 2000.
Can I throw an honorable mention at you?
Which
is not really one film. Any fucking Gerard Butler movie fucking whips fucking ass.
Yes,
Den of Thieves, Law Abiding Citizen. There's a movie called
Gamer.
There's a movie called Plane. He's just in a fucking plane.
Because what happened with him is he was in 300 as kind of an unknown, and then he looked so fucking good, all ripped to shreds as like Leonidas, that everybody's like, "Oh, we got ourselves an action star," but he never like made it to top tier action star level.
He did,
but he just
stuff too.
He did a few rom-coms, but he just kind of did whatever they
carved out like his own niche.
Because he was already like 45 by the time he was in that, so he's like, "I'm just gonna make whatever fucking money I can."
Yeah,
and good for him because his movies are absolutely entertaining.
He went the Statham route where he carved out his own niche. He didn't need to be in the Marvel movies and the $400 million budget movies. He shows up. Den of Thieves is legit. Den of Thieves is to Heat what Boiler Room was to Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah.
Like not a terrible movie, but clearly a derivative of Xerox copy of it.
Did you know that the Michael Mann made
Den of Thieves fucking kicks ass, by the way. Sorry.
Michael Mann made a movie that is the exact same movie as Heat, just with like unknown actors, like 5 years before he made Heat.
What's it called?
What's it called?
I finally have reached the age where I can truly appreciate Heat as a movie, because I watched it as a teenager and it didn't get past it. I'm like, this is really slow. I was like, they're like drinking coffee a lot and talking, a lot of violence.
Okay.
Going back to, not to skip all the place, Alex Garland, who directed Civil War. That motherfucker can shoot some fucking firefight scenes. Let me tell you what. That was, aside from maybe Saving Private Ryan, that was some of the best, like, firefight,
It was, yeah.
gun violence scenes I've seen in my
It was
fucking
called
life.
L.A.
The point of view,
Takedown.
really.
Yeah. What's it called?
It's called L.A. Takedown. And
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it.
It's the same script as Heat, and he just like it stars like Michael Rooker's in it, Scott Plank, who we've never heard of.
Scott Blank, no.
But yeah, that's a good one. Also,
I have the best objectively bad movie.
all right, let's go. All right, Tommy's up.
Batman and Robin.
That is just a bad movie.
It is a bad movie, and it's one of my absolute fucking favorites.
I know it
always
is.
quote it,
I
and
know.
it's in
All right,
my
what are
head
your
all the
quotes?
time. Obviously,
All the Arnold.
it's always in my head.
Chill out.
I forget
Yes.
because Batman Forever and Batman and Robin were so bonkers,
Dude.
like, bad and just violently just.
But Batman Forever had
violently bad. Batman Forever had
a little bit
a little bit better.
slightly more
had the Riddler and
grounded,
Two-Face,
Yes.
right?
but then like he went full camp in Batman.
Batman and Robin, no, dude.
Yes, because fucking
Yeah.
hot ass Ivy,
Yeah.
Poison
There's Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze, right?
and Mr. Freeze,
And then you got Bane as Dives,
Yes.
like all he said then
like rude.
yeah, he's like Hodor, like
Dude, it's so good.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
So good.
And they start the movie off where they're in a museum and he's trying to steal a big ass diamond and they have an ice skate fight with his goons.
Yes.
It's so like it's
I mean,
honestly
it's like an episode of it's like a really long 90s episode of the Batman TV show.
oh yeah, no, it's Joel Schumacher was like, how can we make this even gayer and even more like self-referential?
Nipples on
Yes,
the
the
back.
nipple.
So, and
Mhm.
real big cod pieces, like
Yep.
just
And so wait, Batman and Robin was Clooney, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the two movies just blend together for
Yeah.
me.
They're
It was-
very
it went-
similar, yeah.
Because they're both
Michael
directed by
Keaton was in
Schumacher,
two.
right?
Yeah, Michael Keaton was in Batman and Batman Returns, and then it was Val Kilmer for Batman Forever, and then it was
Clooney.
Clooney for Batman and Robin. And he was actually he was a great Batman.
was,
too.
yeah.
He was a really
There never is, in my opinion,
great Bruce Wayne.
I don't know if it's a hot take. There's never been a bad Batman or Bruce Wayne. There's just been some bad fucking Batman movies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yes, the
that's a
movie
good
itself,
point.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Seriously.
like even like it's just because it's. I'm not saying it's easy to play Bruce Wayne, but if you're 6'3" and you have dark hair and you can kind of just talk like
And you
a
have
dude that's about to fuck,
an
and you
ounce
can
of
see Batman.
charm. Yeah.
They really need to let John Hamm play fucking older Batman. Is what I would love to see. You could really have him play him or an older Superman.
Yeah,
Does Superman get older?
eventually. Yeah,
We all do.
Boring though.
I'm really hoping that James
That James Gunn one's it's gonna be colorful and fun, and it's going to be amazing. Like I really have high hopes for
and hopefully a little horny.
what?
If it's John Hamm, yes, please.
Well, it's gonna be David Cornsweet.
Who the fuck's that?
You look him up.
He looks
Corn
like
sweat?
he looks like a slightly younger, like
Corn sweat.
Cornsweet.
he looks like 1.5 years younger than Henry Cavill, but he looks literally just like he looks like he had the
What a
buckle
terrible-
fat removed from his
I think
face
it's
too.
SWET, not like sweat.
Oh, okay, there.
CREN.
One of my movies.
Yeah, he was in like a
You know, he's in one of your movies. You know, there's cum everywhere. Like one of those movies.
I mean, he's a little cutie, but he was in Pearl.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
yes,
the
Pearl, yes.
projector guy.
Yes.
Oh,
I had no idea.
I didn't know either. He looks so different without a stash.
I
Okay.
don't know anything about.
I mean, he literally does look like a young.
He looks just
Like literally, that's just.
That's all that James Gunn wanted because he said
Yeah.
we're starting over, but
You kind of had
you
to.
can kind of find these guys in
All right,
Hollywood.
I'll
It's
give
not-
it a
yeah.
shot. This guy's
Yeah.
cute.
I love the nerd internet because literally all my social media feeds were as soon as they announced they were replacing Cavill was just the shittiest social media posts with like AR. Here's what Henry Cavill would look like as Wolverine. Here's what Henry Cavill would look like as Green Lantern. Here's what Henry Cavill would look like as Wonder Woman. And it's just like,
Yeah.
no man, there's more than one white actor that can play all
these
17
roles.
different
And
guys.
usually an unknown's better.
Or a black one. I mean, make Tyrese Superman.
Ooh,
Tyrese?
Tyrese Superman.
He's
Michael B.
cool.
Jordan.
That's your opinion.
All right.
You fucking better mad about Tyson.
No, I love Tyrese.
Tyrese?
A CD, a Tyrese CD that I remember fucking.
right.
Okay, wait, real quick. Tyson Beckford or Tyrese? Who?
Wait, who's that? I don't know who that
He
is.
looks like 2 years older than Tyrese, but he also looks like a super fuckable black guy.
What does that mean?
He looks like he was a model in the 90s.
I think we're learning about some things about pants right now.
They call these pound cake?
I also pound cake. I just miss him.
Tyson, what's his name?
Pound pants.
Tyson.
Tyson Beckford, he was like a supermodel, male supermodel in
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know him.
Yeah.
You know him.
Yeah, I remember.
You know.
I remember those.
Tyrese.
It was the 90s, only 3 black guys were allowed to be famous. He was one of them, you know.
Oh, what was he in?
Oh, no, but
Tyson ads.
Tyrese went on this like weird internet campaign to try to get cast as Green Lantern like a decade ago. And it was only amazing because they'd already cast, I think, Ryan Reynolds as the Green Lantern, and he just was like hell-bent on getting cast as Green Lantern. I was like, I'd watch that.
They have a black Green Lantern.
There's like a 90 different Green Lanterns, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
No, but he wanted to be like the Green Lantern.
I wanted to know what Tyson was in, and the first thing is Chocolate City.
He was also like in
I don't know what that is. It's
Oh,
like-
Biker Boys. I watched Biker Boys.
Is it Zoolander?
Yeah.
You guys know Tyson. Come
Yeah.
on.
I'm still gonna say Tyrese because I was a fan.
Okay, so you would rather get pounded out by Tyrese.
Yeah.
Okay. There's not a wrong answer there, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Here's one.
I don't have a pick, by the way.
You don't want to get rolled by either?
No.
Here's a
Maybe
comedy
the hug.
that nobody likes, but I will ride or die for. Land of the Lost, starring Will Ferrell and Danny McBride. People hate that movie.
Talk about
I don't think I've
Lost.
seen it.
And most people haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it.
It makes me laugh my fucking ass.
I think that got lost.
They did not take it serious, but they had a lot of fun making it, and it is silly as fuck.
Those are my favorite kind of
And
movies.
it's honestly, you guys, especially if you take edible pants, might really love this movie.
Hell yeah.
Because there's scenes that, like, they go borderline inappropriate. Like, there's one scene where there's this big obelisk that vibrates, and like he puts his hands on it, and it makes his voice sound like auto-tuned, and they start singing, "Do you believe?" And then, but then, like, just real quick, Danny Bride, there's a girl character. He just goes, "Holly, you should sit on this."
That's funny.
It's like, but it's so quick, and there's like a bunch of little like innuendo sex jokes like that. But it's just, I don't know. I think that movie is underrated, and it's like, again, not a good movie, but there are absolutely laughs in it.
Yeah.
I think that was in amidst like that streak of where they were literally just putting out 4 Will Ferrell movies a year.
Yeah,
And just got
absolutely.
lost in like the mix of those movies.
And nobody liked it, but I loved it.
Was it like a Dead on Arrival, Hollywood, like a Dead on
Kind of,
Arrival
yeah.
movie?
Like, because nobody wanted that. But
no, but like Will Ferrell just printing money in the 2000s and 2010s.
and Danny McBride, that was like on his come up, so nobody really knew. It was like while he was doing
Eastbound.
Eastbound and Down, but like he hadn't really popped yet, and so like I think it was like a year after.
I think he was riding, like he did the
Tropic
Focus Way
Thunder and
and
stuff
was
like
like
that.
getting tons of clout because of that.
Well, and that's the thing, is like he just loves that. Will Ferrell and Adam McKay were the ones that saw Foot Fist Way, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's the best," and so they like put him in everything they could.
No, and I think he's great, but he's like Snoop Dogg too, where like if you put Danny McBride in a movie,
You're
have a
getting
Danny McBride movie.
Yeah.
which is fine. I don't.
I think, like,
because it's so funny.
I do give them props for putting him in that Alien movie because I was like, yeah, like at a
that
certain
was
point,
the most.
he's kind of comic relief, but he was still played it straight type. But you can't.
Yeah.
He's just, he looks like Danny McBride.
He can. He's Kenny Powers,
Which is not like a bad thing, but unfortunately, if you hit big in comedy, it's hard to make the shift to anything else.
which brings up another movie that I like, which is a comedy movie, but which is.
I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick.
All right,
Bill, how's this ranch water, by the way?
I love it.
How's this cold, frosty, icy ranch water available? Old 86.
It's
Bill?
refreshing and amazing. Sure.
The bubbles are fucking amazing.
Have either of you
The
guys?
bubbles are this amazing.
I didn't mean to like, we're gonna take it for my birthday.
Well, that's gonna make some guys come. Buddy, they've been waiting for that for so long.
If that clip doesn't go viral, then I'm quitting the fucking show,
I
dude.
wasn't trying to be cute though.
You don't need to try. You don't need to try.
You just are.
What? This is fun. I'm having fun time.
Listen though, have either of you guys seen Juwanna Mann?
I have not.
No, I remember it. I was like, I should see this. It looks really fucking dumb.
So it's really fucked up. I think if it came out this year, it'd be bad. But that's probably one that I would die for.
She's like, it's like a black guy pretending to be a black woman to like make it in the league or something.
He was like a basketball player that gets like kicked out. So then he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna join this women's league and then make him go all the way.
Which was like, then they did like the right wing version of that. Which I think, yeah, well, like it was all the like dudes like playing women's basketball, and they're like, "Oh, we're trans now." So but they were guys that didn't play basketball. It was like a fucking little dry pussy guy, Ben Shapiro.
To be honest, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, but I fucking loved it, and I can
Juwanna Mann.
it. Yeah, Juwanna Mann was like, they were like asking like, "What's your name?" Then like Juwanna Mann, I don't know, like just so fucking stupid, like yes, so bad.
It was like early '90s or mid '90s.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No, early 2000s, I think.
I mean, you could, but you're like no, because they made a movie called LaQuisha, and it was a no-budget film that only took off because like podcasters discovered it. And it was like a white guy, I think, that tried to pass as a black woman or something, and he like. Yeah, I guess it was. You know what? I haven't seen the film. It might be amazing, so I don't want to speak out.
Juwanna Mann was in it. Do you know him?
Kevin Pollak, the great Kevin Pollak.
Yeah, I think he's
2002.
Who plays Juwanna Mann though?
Miguel.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Well, he was like a guy that bounced around in a lot of smaller roles around that time.
That's him as as a basketball player.
This is my sister.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I want to watch this movie now.
These guys.
So bad.
These guys' phones are a lot more exciting than mine. I know.
What? No, say. Oh, your phone. Your phone. I had Juwanna Mann on here.
I also had Juwanna Mann on there.
Dryer.
Okay, so here's one that I love this movie from the day it came out.
That's a good one.
That's great stuff.
We love when there's lockers in the background, guys.
Mm-hmm.
This is one that came out. And it was very controversial, but I think I thought it was funny from the moment I saw it. Was Cable Guy.
I also have never seen Cable Guy. I know.
I don't think that was like Pan, no.
I mean, it made money, but no, critics were so mad at Jim Carrey for doing something so different. Even though they said all he can do is be Ace Ventura, and then he became this completely different character, and they're like, "This movie's too dark and too scary." Like,
I do remember they're like, "This is a dark movie." It's really not.
It is a comedy. It's a dark comedy.
Oh, okay.
I don't really think it's that dark, but that's an opinion. That's more an opinion-based thing. Because I remember, I was like, it was funny and it was weird, and it was like, it definitely wasn't like Ace Ventura level goofy.
No.
He had a lisp, which is what I thought was like an awesome choice for him to make, where they're like he has a lisp in the movie. This movie is disturbing. You've never seen anything this bad since The Omen. Or whatever.
Well, basically all the people that were just tired of Jim Carrey movies just being like, he sucks.
Was that a Judd Apatow movie?
Judd Apatow produced it. Ben Stiller directed it. And this is like before Judd Apatow had any like power. Like he wasn't like executive producer. He was just like
this is when Ben Stiller was,
and helped write it. I think
Ben Stiller was on top. Did I ever tell you about the time I bothered Ben Stiller at a wrestling event?
No, I love that though.
Yeah, I was literally watching.
How tall is he?
No. He's not tall.
I know.
I was watching last night.
I've never. So like, I'll make this real quick. He was like at a WWE Raw event in the late '90s or whatever, and me and my friends went, and we saw. Like, my friend brought this girl with him that they went to college together. And she was fun to be around and stuff. And she goes, Ben Stiller's front row. And it was before they put him, he was ringside at Raw because obviously he was like, Ben Stiller's here, you know. Mm-hmm. So before they did that, she goes, let's go say hi to Ben Stiller. And we were like sitting kind of on the floor, but nowhere close to him. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I mean, this is peak new metal me. I had like dreadlocks. I was like just a walking pudding snack pack of a person with like a basketball jersey. And I go, sure, dude. So I just figured security would like stop us.
By the time, no.
Nope. We walked right to the ringside, got right in Ben Stiller's face.
Okay.
That rules.
Ben's Zoolander. So then the girl like walks up and goes, "We love you so much. We're such big fans." And I like, so she like just gave Ben Stiller, like just forced a hug on Ben Stiller.
Oh no.
And then I just kind of looked at him and I could tell, I go, this guy wants to be anywhere else.
Yeah. Oh no.
Like staring at this fat fuck with dreadlocks at a Monday Night Raw.
I think that's.
I was like, hey man, I'm a really big fan. I love you a lot. And I could see him staring at me like,
please fucking.
Thanks a lot. It's really nice to meet you.
Yeah, please leave.
And then he was like, you could tell he was wondering, he goes, where the fuck is security?
Yeah, like how did
And that was the last time I ever bothered a celebrity.
Crazy that he was watching that in Cleveland. So like it's probably just a promotion.
Yeah, that was when he was doing all things. I think that was when he was doing Zoolander. That was when he was doing wedding. Not the Wedding Singer. What the fucking Meet the Fockers, Meet the Parents.
Yeah,
I think it was around like it was around 2000-ish.
That one's a banger too.
What?
Heavyweights.
Never saw that one.
That's a good one.
Is that a fat camp movie?
Yeah, it's a fat camp.
I was a fat kid. I can't watch that shit. No, honestly, it's like I don't.
Yeah, you're like I don't need it.
It's kind of as close to triggering.
Honestly, we should probably watch it though, just to see how.
Yeah, I can do it now.
Okay, here's another one that I love that nobody likes, and this one is definitely on the list of everybody thinks is a shitty movie. Almost Heroes, Chris Farley's last movie.
I'm sorry, I don't know any of these.
Yeah,
how the fuck have I never heard this?
You never seen? Oh, okay, Almost Heroes it's him and Matthew Perry, and they're like Lewis and yes, he is.
Both of them are dead.
They're both dead.
Oh, that sucks.
And they're like Lewis and Clark adventurers.
Okay, this is sounding vaguely familiar now.
And they, are just trying to, basically they're like, David Spade thing isn't happening right now. Let's try it with Matthew Perry because he's hot from Friends. And they try to like pair them. But I fucking love that movie. It's
what
so stupid.
Did you say? You said this one's what?
Almost Heroes.
Almost Heroes. What was the other one?
Cable Guy, Land of the Lost.
Do you know how people always say when like,
room.
like when people talk about you got to see this TV show movie and everyone goes, I'll put it on my list, and no one has a list. Tommy has an actual list.
I do.
And it's like CVS with C
It's disgusting. It's
It's not disgusting. It's nice. It's like actually, wow, someone actually listens to people, but no one ever has a list.
I also have a list of names I forget all the time. So
I know that's our shared. That's our we have a shared document of who's this person.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you care, and I'm like, yeah, I care, but I don't forget names the second you tell me it.
So do you have like a spreadsheet where you add like context to the name of the person?
Yeah, I have one that I don't even know what the fucking context is, though. It just says old man, and it was here. Let's see. You might be able to.
It's like a list of like Janelle, Dennis, Roger, Manuel, Sergio. Like just.
Let me see if I can find it. Names I always forget.
Booger Dan?
Who's that? Ron Old Man. Who's Ron Old Man?
Oh, I bet I know who that is.
You do?
Probably Ron Fatica.
Oh, maybe.
Booger Dan is my favorite.
Booger Dan. Where do you see that?
I just chose to read their name.
There's no. Oh no, that's not the name at all.
The name of this episode now is Booger Dan.
Elliot listed on here before I actually.
I wasn't gonna say anything about that one.
I didn't realize. That's so funny too. Oh my god.
We also have Aaron Seacrest on there, but I don't want to really
No, I have. Trent gave me the briefcase. I have that. Hot neighbor. Her name is there.
Yeah.
Jake Fan. I don't know who Jake.
I won't say the name of this person, but it just says Tom Segura looking dude.
I don't. The fucking best part of that.
I think I know who that is.
You add that because I don't see the name. I just no recollection.
In Cleveland, that could be one of 4,000 dudes.
But I think I know who you're talking about with that one.
Guys, that's funny because I don't even remember adding that. I don't remember a Tom Segura looking dude.
That's what I love about this list of names. Where it's just like, good luck. Like, good luck.
That's funny that I had so many that I fucked on there, but it was before I fucking.
Which one is it?
I would like. This is not like slut shaming or anything. Like, I would love to have had sex with so many people that I don't remember the names.
Oh, I have a list that I started because it just. I mean, mine's longer because poly and swinging and stuff. But
I got some names. I have a list of names, but then I have like some that are just like a description.
Yeah, there's something I'm like, I mean, maybe
I have a spreadsheet with ratings next to all 6 of them.
And
There's
they're
one
all
that just-
5-star.
Casino Gig is one of them.
You give them all 5-star and then give them an actual.
Casino.
Yeah, just the lady at a casino.
I thought you were talking about my casino.
This is not a proud night.
Are any of them really? It's a casino is in the word.
Bad. Yeah, and it's not like LA, like Las Vegas. It was a Michigan like Indian casino gig, and it was bad.
What's wrong with Indian casinos?
Yeah, what's wrong
with the clientele,
Bill?
Oh,
there's nothing wrong with the casino. The casino is super nice. It's just the lady was it was just like whatever. I'd rather fuck her than jerk off, and so I did.
what?
Talk about going off the reservation.
All right, you guys have any more movies?
No,
I got more.
I mean, I can think of some, but no.
I mean, one that's obvious, but it does have very bad. Twilight, terrible movie, but like I actually like everybody.
I don't watch that.
No,
I've never.
I watched them all.
Twilight or Harry Potter.
I watched all the Twilights because
I missed it.
married when they came out.
Yeah.
you're old. That's fine. I get it.
No, like
I don't think they were as terrible as everybody made them out to be, but they weren't like
The acting's terrible. The
It's
fucking
not-
clothing in the first movie, terrible.
just didn't like resonate with me.
She
really.
wore scrubs over a fucking long sleeve shirt.
That's what really
has Kristen Stewart ever looked actually
I saw
excited
her.
to be in that
Oh,
movie?
never mind. I thought you were saying good.
No. I mean,
No.
look, I get it, but I've never seen her appear in a TV show or movie where she didn't look like she had to pay $5,000 of her own money to be there.
I think that's a super hot look. That's kind of like
the
the
disaffected thing.
dead eye guy. Like that's just
You do
here
like
and
a dead eye
exists.
guy.
I do like a dead eye guy, and her just not giving a fucking.
I mean, she literally looks like she's working the late shift at Walmart.
Yeah.
Like, in anything.
I love it.
Like,
It's fucking weird
no, I don't. I just don't. It doesn't hit the same way for me.
because she's not straight.
Here's
Oh, is it a gay thing?
Probably.
Like the disaffected thing?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, like I get like the Daria and I get like the
Well, that's something
Aubrey-
that girls like. They like
Okay.
somebody that's just like
It's not like an
they
Aubrey
like a
Plaza
mysterious
vibe.
person.
For
Like,
some reason, yeah.
it's not like an Aubrey Plaza vibe to me where there's like kind of like an awareness by it. Like she legit looks like, are we done yet?
Yeah.
You think that's her actual vibe?
Are we done yet? Yeah, like, and I'm not like I'm talking out my ass because I've never seen a Kristen Stewart movie.
Have you? You didn't see the new movie with her in it?
No, I want to see that one
You
though.
should,
Like
you
the gym.
Yeah.
You know the gym movie where they
The
scissor and
lifting
shit and they're
bitches.
lifting
Yeah.
weights.
The strong ladies.
That movie is fucking good. It's a
Let me
great.
tell you about a movie. They're like, we want pants to see this movie. We're gonna have 2 chicks that love weightlifting and like fucking each other. I was like, yeah, sounds like my thing.
Good movie.
It was
No, I gotta see that. That looks really
you
good.
should.
What's it called?
Love Lies Bleeding.
Yeah.
I think is what
Is
it's
that the
called.
movie where the guy got drunk in the and got drunk and jacked off?
Yes, and that was my boyfriend's fucking friend was the one that saw that happen, not the
Oh,
guy that was
wow.
actually. He's the
That's
one that
crazy.
like took the picture and
Yeah.
posted on Twitter.
Yeah, no tinfoil hat. I really think the PR team behind that movie put that out there.
Oh yeah.
Because if you look at the way that
It didn't though.
that photo's composed, it's like
I think they
you don't see the guy's face.
Yeah.
It's like blurred out, and then you see all the items next to him, and it's like a line of Coke, like fucking 2 airline bottles of Fireball, like a beer, like weed, and I'm like, this.
But that's literally my boyfriend's friend that like
That took the photo?
Took the photo, yes.
Have you ever met your boyfriend's friend?
No, I haven't, but I guess maybe he could be lying. He could be like, oh.
Follow the money. That's the only time I get like.
I feel like he would tell me.
It's the only,
It's a bit-
I get like InfoWars, Alex Jones about only the stupidest, most
Oh, I'm
trivial
insane,
things. Like,
but
By
that one I just
marketing.
happened.
nice.
I found out about it through him. when
It's a
it
very
happened.
funny photo.
I'm like, holy shit, that's insane.
Okay.
It also ensured that I would stop jacking off in theaters when I saw that. so I
Oh,
gotta
okay, that's
knock
good.
that
That's good. Yeah,
Never-
I'll
gross.
stick to the
I
bathroom
haven't
at
done
Target.
that in no, I've never
It smells
I've never,
so good in the Target bathroom. I'll be
I've-
honest. It smells like Pez.
I've never jacked off, but I did.
I don't get
Let me tell you
I've
something.
never jacked off
But
in a
if it's
theater,
a
but
bathroom, you're gonna jerk off in
Here.
it's the Target Pez.
Tommy, let me tell you
Here's
something.
where we can get-
Those are 2 different Americas between the men's room and women's
this
room.
episode's so bananas.
Chaotic.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Normally, women's restrooms are disgusting, is what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
Target, the ones that I go to, they always smell like Pez.
ones that I go to like straight smell like a hobo shadow 3 days of food. Yeah.
The boys. So is it a little hypocritical that like I can get jerked off in a theater? Everybody's like, hey, good for you. But if I jerk off alone in the theater, it's just what a piece of shit.
Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy.
They should bring those theaters back. Just let it happen. Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking of like when I've gotten like hand jobs or blow jobs in a theater, and it's just I've never
Have you gotten caught either of those times?
No, I never got caught. And I've never jerked off in the theater either.
I know.
But I've gotten hand jobs and blow jobs in theaters, and that was a younger Bill thing.
But I feel like I think that's only happened to me one time, and I was much younger. But I also feel like you get in the same amount of trouble if it was either.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's easier.
You know what? No,
but I feel like you're not judged as much. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I feel like it's easier than ever to have sex in a theater because no one wants to work anymore. Yeah. When's the last time you ever saw
like the recliners and shit?
Like when's the last?
Obviously, I'm a fucking jerk off. The recliner. What are you thinking happening here?
I'm gonna have sex with my girlfriend in the theater.
I was about to say, like, when's the last time you ever saw a theater employee walk into the middle of a movie and discipline anyone? It doesn't happen.
Back row.
But they also deliver popcorn sometimes, so that's the problem.
Yeah. I don't.
You can pay for it.
I turn into such a tyrant about other people's behavior in a movie theater that I think, like, if a chick put her hand in
when we saw Civil War, somebody was like talking way too loud, and they're like, "We're in the wrong theater," and Pants was the one that went, "Shh."
I could feel the spit. Dude, I think I spat on the back of the person's head in front of the movie because I shit so loud,
I've had 2 bad movie experiences recently. Civil War, it was like a guy, an adult man and his senior citizen dad. And his senior citizen dad was like texting, and the son got mad. He's like, stop. He's like, well, fine, I'm just going to move seats. And then he's like, you look like a fucking idiot. And like this whole thing's happening. I'm like, dude, if this keeps fucking going, I'm going to have to yell at him. Yeah. And then like before that, I think it was for Love Lies Bleeding. No, it was for the tit movie, Nun. What's her name?
Sweet. Oh, Immaculate.
Immaculate. Yeah. When I saw that,
tit movie.
She got my boobs. But when we saw that, it was like these 3 old veterans. It was like a old black lady and 2 old white guys. I'm pretty sure they were a throuple, but they were just like talking through the beginning. Brandon had to like lean over. He's like, "You guys stop."
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on? I think they walked into the wrong movie though.
I don't.
But how do you go to the wrong movie? It's so easy.
They were old though. They were very old. They all had America hats on.
I don't fucking care. It's the one time. I'm like the most mellow dude ever in airports, in fucking Chipotle's, like wherever. I contain my anger. The second I see a glowing screen in the theater, I go, you know what? I understand active shooters.
Right. I get it.
Like, I fucking get it, man. I go, how have we been showing movies this long and everyone just decided at once to act like fucking cunts?
Right. Yeah. I had to yell at somebody at the Pet Cemetery.
That one's okay because that movie sucked dick.
It did suck, but I did yell at somebody behind me.
All right. Here's my last one.
What's your last one?
Last Action Hero.
Again, that's like a cable guy. That's like a cable guy movie where, like, not a bad movie, but it was definitely like...
It was destroyed by critics and stuff like that, and it still has a really bad score on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes or whatever.
Because it wasn't Arnold acting as the Terminator.
But it's so fucking funny, and
it was a very meta movie. Yeah, dude, the movie was great.
So good. That's the one that... Arnold, but on the top of your list.
Man, Arnold is honestly, I would argue, the most successful human being that ever exists. Because, like, that dude could have just trotted out 83 of the same action movie, and he's like, I want to do Kindergarten Cop, and then he's like, I want to make people laugh.
Twins, Kindergarten Cop, Junior, those actually all hold up pretty.
Kindergarten Cop is like an all-time funny fucking movie. I know I saw the movie when I was 12 or whatever.
No, I just rewatched it not that long ago, and it fucking rules.
That guy is the king, like the absolute king.
I actually watched it when
I actually watched it for the first time and I got laid last year.
Oh yeah.
I finally got laid.
No, this was a year ago.
I know. 1 year ago, Tommy lost his virginity.
For the first
365 days of just getting nut, doing sex.
Anyway, welcome. Thanks for coming to Cleveland, America.
It's not a serious place.
Comes out.
I love making cum. Yeah. Well, no, I like women cum.